back in 1948. For more on all of this, Democratic Congressman Gary Peters of Michigan, a state in which has one of the highest unemployment rates in the nation. I know where you stand on this, Congressman, and I know this is why you're doing everything you can to help small business. You got something passed in the House yesterday that I think is very significant. Tell us about it.
Well, you're right, Ed, and your comments are absolutely right. With the unemployment, we've got to get this economy turned around. And we know the real engine of growth here in Michigan as well as around the country are our small businesses. 2 out of every 3 jobs is created in small businesses. They need help. And we were able to pass legislation this week that will get loans, the ability for these small businesses to have access to loans, because as you know, these big Wall Street banks are not lending on Main Street. They're not providing money to those small businesses that are the engine of growth. And so we passed legislation to provide our local lenders with the tools that they need to get the money in the hands of those Main Street businesses, those folks that are starting to now see things starting to stabilize, want to add an employee or 2, but they can't get a loan from the bank because the big Wall Street banks are not lending on Main Street. That's why we need to help our local lenders.
All right, let's talk about the stimulus package, because a lot of Americans out there think that it's not working, it's not helping. The president was just in Ohio today marking the startup of the umpteenth project that's out there. But here's where Americans are right now with the polling. NBC News Wall Street Journal poll. 38% is where they are, is helping, will help, and will not help at 42%. What do you make of this number?
Well, I think people are continuing to be frustrated with the fact that the economy has been so slow to recover. It's taking some time, and I understand the pain. We're certainly feeling it here in Michigan. But I think it's very important to remind people where we were just last January. When I first came into office as a new member of Congress, that first month, this country was hemorrhaging. Over 700,000 jobs a month were being lost. It was an incredibly frightening situation. We were looking over the cliff into the abyss, and there was no bottom. I mean, things have slowly been starting to turn around. We're still in a very fragile situation. Yeah. People are still very uncertain. We're still hurting, certainly here in Michigan, but we're starting to see some turn.
It's capital. It is access to capital. Congressman, you did the right thing. Keep up the fight. That's a great bill. Let's hope it doesn't get stalled in the Senate like everything else.
We're going to be pushing hard.
Thank you, Congressman Peters. Absolutely.